What do green energy, more jobs, and the war on terror have in common? Be sure to keep watching to find out why Palpatine was actually the good guy, from a certain point of view. Number 9. He ended the destructive Clone Wars. For 1,000 years, the Republic stood as the crowning achievement of civilized beings in the galaxy. But there were those who would not agree with the Republic's ideals. In the years leading up to the final days of the Republic, corruption spread like a cancer. Corporations ruled the Outer Rim, and once a trade and taxation dispute reached its boiling point, the destructive Clone Wars broke out. During this 3-year war between the Republic, led by Chancellor Palpatine, and the Confederacy, led by ex-Jedi Count Dooku, the galaxy saw massive destruction, the likes of which it had not seen for thousands of years. With the eventual destruction of the Jedi Order and Confederacy, Palpatine offered the galaxy peace and solidarity. When he proclaimed the First Galactic Empire, he was met with thunderous applause by all the systems in the Republic. And did you see the beautiful robes he wore to his inauguration speech? Number 8. He freed the clones. Ordered by Jedi Sifo Dyas, these human clones of Jango Fett were grown in pods and were genetically modified to age twice as fast as regular human beings. They were bred for only one single purpose: to kill. When the Jedi let the conflict with the Separatists get out of hand, then Chancellor Palpatine approved the use of these clone soldiers, seeing no better alternative. The Chancellor despised the conditions these clones were in. He vowed to the Senate to no longer use these human slaves than absolutely necessary. And when he became the Emperor, it didn't take long until he freed the clones from their duties and enlisted willing citizens to the new Stormtrooper Corps. And here's to our proud boys in white. Number 7. Emperor Palpatine was also responsible for the creation of billions of new jobs. Since the Empire relied heavily on its military, there was an enormous demand for construction workers, engineers, techs, pilots, you name it. These ships weren't going to build themselves. Did you know the Death Star supported over 1.5 million staff and had room for over 800,000 passengers? Now this led to more options for the galaxy's citizens as well, from the core to the Outer Rim, with Imperial academies offering teens a chance to become an Imperial officer or pilot. Number 6. He was responsible for numerous technological advancements. Emperor Palpatine poured trillions of Imperial credits into research into superweapons, new starships, and science. And his policies had a big environmental impact as well. Did you know practically all TIE series starfighters were solar powered? They also lacked hyperdrives by design, meaning they had to piggyback off of larger ships such as Imperial cruisers and Star Destroyers to travel large distances. Talking about a great fuel economy. Number 5. Heavily increased spending on the media. With the founding of the Empire, many of the popular news nets were nationalized and collectivized into the Imperial Holovision, which became the official outlet for public consumption of current events. With this improving budget came a big improvement in overall availability of news on even the most distant Outer Rim worlds. Unofficial entities were instructed to no longer publish any fake news, furthermore improving the overall reliability and accuracy of news in the Empire. But yours truly, Coruscant Report, could remain of course. Number 4. Your friendly neighborhood emperor. There are numerous examples of Palpatine's friendly side, but to name just a few, he was a mentor to a troubled youth in his free time. Anakin Skywalker was one of the only Jedi to fully trust his teachings. Ever since he was a young boy, Palpatine was there for him. As Anakin grew older, their friendly relationship developed further and they were frequently seen at the opera together. When his right-hand man loses a battle, he picks him back up again personally. Not saving him would have meant the end for the Chosen One, and perhaps no balance to the Force after all. You can say what you want about the man, but he definitely cared for his employees. And after the terror attacks carried out by the insurrectionists grew in quantity and severity, the elite stormtrooper company, the 501st, regularly visited children's hospitals on Palpatine's orders. And it wasn't only humans or near humans that adored Palpatine either. Many aliens understood the need for order in the galaxy after the destruction the Clone Wars had brought to their planets. Not all aliens had the mental capacity though to understand the need for order and decentralization of power. Now in extreme cases, it has been necessary to orchestrate strategic extinctions of species in the interest of galactic security.
Wipe them out. All of them.
Number 3. Ending the Jedi Order. The Jedi Order had a long history of warmongering, cheating, and kidnapping. As we all know, Jedi kidnapped young children from their parents to indoctrinate them to their religion. But did you know they also groomed them to suppress basic human emotions such as fear and anger? The Jedi were present throughout the entire Republic and had a heavy influence on the Galactic Senate. When Palpatine rose to power and in the process threatened theirs, he revealed them for the gatekeepers they had always been. Now this led to the Jedi plotting a coup against Palpatine and the Senators. Through the help of his friend Anakin Skywalker, he was able to stop the Jedi, though this horrible attack left him scarred and deformed.
I assure you, my resolve has never been stronger.
Some Jedi were giving a chance for redemption by becoming an Inquisitor, whose jobs were hunting down and defeating the remaining Jedi. Number 2. Fighting back against the rebel insurgency. During the final days of the Republic, there were certain senators who did not agree with Palpatine's rule. This eventually led to the creation of a group of insurrectionists banding together and forming a rebellion. When loyal stormtroopers attempted to arrest Leia Organa of Alderaan, who had just committed an act of terror, they specifically instructed each other to set their weapons to stun. Immediately after, Leia shoots a trooper who was 2 days away from retirement in the heart as she tries to flee the scene. That trooper died on the spot. Now rebels have no sense of proportional use of force. Furthermore prove that the Empire needed a battle station to keep these savages in line.
You may fire when ready.
The destruction of Alderaan was nothing more than a preemptive strike against a conspiracy created by a known terrorist cell. Destroying Alderaan was a small price to pay to rid the galaxy of terrorism, and in doing so, Emperor Palpatine reduced poverty, unemployment, and homelessness to zero on Alderaan. In return, the rebels committed a devastating terror attack on the Death Star after suicide pilots threw several starships into the station. Millions of loyal Imperial staff and citizens died on that day. And reason number 1, he came back to do it all again. Following the defeat of our Emperor during the terrorist attack on Endor and the second Death Star, the rebels attempted to form a new republic. They never had the means or intention to bring stability to the galaxy, however. It didn't take long before people found out that the new republic was even more inept to bring order than the old republic was. The new Jedi Order also failed miserably after several of its students realized the truth in Palpatine's way. The New Republic government is then wiped out in a single shot from a new superweapon after old Imperial officers realize the thing that matters first is order. However, with Emperor Palpatine himself missing, this first order had difficulties crushing its resistance. So Emperor Palpatine did what every good leader would do. He resurrected himself and returned to the galaxy with tens of thousands of Star Destroyers, only to eventually be betrayed by his only granddaughter. Now thank the Force she decided to change her last name. And there you have it, 9 reasons why Palpatine was actually the good guy from a certain point of view. This message was sponsored and endorsed by the Office of Imperial Promotion, Galactic Truth, and Fact Correction, formerly known as Compnor.